Turkish pistol showdown. I wish I had an American pistol that could come out here and compete with these two pistols I have today, but if there's an American pistol under $1,000 that compete with these two pistols, I ain't found it yet. This is the Canik. This is the Mete SFT Pro, and I do have it dressed up. I've got some custom grips on it, and I've got a gas pedal up here, and I've got the single port comp added on here. Second pistol, just picked this up yesterday. This is the Tisas double stack 1911, their Night Stalker version. So we're going to shoot these two pistols side by side, and this was my current favorite shooting pistol. We'll see if the Night Stalker can compete. We're going to shoot the Canik first. Got the Sealy Bull optic on here, which is just a crazy large optic. Extremely rugged. You can drive nails with the thing, it's so rugged, but it's just got a huge window on there. It makes the shooting real fast with it. We're at 7 yards. We're just going to see how they do. Going to run a full mag each. Here's the Canik Mete SFT Pro. That trigger is absolutely phenomenal. And that's an unaltered trigger. That's how it comes out of the box. Now, let's try the Night Stalker. See how she does. This one is pretty much plain Jane, except for the light I've added. That just puts a little weight up front, and it also allows me to use my holster that's based on the flashlight, not the gun. So here comes the Night Stalker. Let's see how she does. That's a very nice pistol. Has a quick reset, not a lot of movement, and a 1911 style trigger, which is nice. But I gotta admit, I had a much easier time running the SFT Pro than I did the Night Stalker. Even though there's a considerable weight difference, the Night Stalker is much heavy. It's an all steel gun, has a polymer grip module on it, but it's still basically an all steel gun. So you would think that weight would ride down the recoil a lot, but the SFT stayed on target, and the trigger's better on the SFT. Wow. Who would think that a striker fired pistol could have a better trigger than a 2011? Now, granted, there's better 2011 triggers out there, but this one ain't bad. It's breaking right around 4 pounds. Very little movement. Nice smooth trigger. Both great guns. You just can't beat them for the price. These are both under $1,000. This guy's well under $1,000. You can get this guy sub 600, and the way I have it outfitted, I'm still under $1,000. So under $1,000 for both of these pistols. You can't go wrong with each, but for my choice, I think I'd take that Canik for sure. Just gonna do a straight out mag dump on this guy on one target. Never leaves the target. You can just ride it right out as fast as you can run that trigger, and that sight, you can watch it bouncing. Recoil's still there, but she just never leaves the target. I don't know if you could hear it or not, but that was a full 20 round magazine, every one of them on the steel at 7 yards. Great pistol. Canik Mete SFT Pro. Going to do a side-by-side comparison here, just kind of comparing comps. We got the TTI Combat made by Canik. This has a from the factory dual port comp pre-installed. And here we've got the Canik Mete SFT Pro with a comp installed on the threaded barrel made by Disruptive Defense. I think I'm saying that right. But this gun, price-wise, the way I've got them set up, they're about the same. So this would be a personal build, and then this is pretty much a from the factory TTI Combat. Let's shoot these side by side and see how these comps align. Here's the SFT Pro. You can run the trigger on that just literally as fast as you can run the trigger. I keep at 7 yards, I'm keeping that optic on the target the entire time, and I'm getting almost all A-zone hits. I know my targets aren't painted because we're in the middle of winter here in northern Ohio, but I can see my impacts down there. The center of that target down there is just flat wore out. Now let's run the TTI and see how she does. In my shooting, it looks like I didn't even notice it. The light came off the gun. That's interesting. Unless I just didn't have the light attached. Anyway, now we got the Canik TTI Combat. It is a good looking pistol, you gotta admit that. And the stippling on the grip is much better than the standard gun. So it really locks in your hand pretty good. Let's give her a run and see what we can do here. I do like the TTI Combat, but it's harder to hold this guy on target than it is the Pro with that comp. So the Diversified Defense comp that I installed on the Pro does a much better job than the TTI Combat. This I held on target with ease. I didn't have to work on it. This guy, I had to kind of keep it down, and I missed some high shots on that guy. That's interesting. So once the SFT Pro still is my best shooting handgun. This guy just flat runs. Even beats out the vaunted TTI Combat. We're going to compare two more Canik pistols. I've got the Mete SFT Pro that we just shot off against a few other guns, and it came in as best gun. Now we're going to shoot it against my everyday carry, which is the Canik MC9 LS, and this is a phenomenal pistol. But I want to shoot these side by side just to see how much benefit you're really getting out of this over a stock Canik. So let's see how they do here. Here's the SFT Pro all tricked out. Canik MC9 LS with the rival trigger installed and a Magmo grit backstrap on there, which really helps lock this in the hand. Let's see how this little guy does. God, I love these Caniks. That little bitty gun that I carry in my britches every single day can run almost as fast as that huge tricked out gun. Man, Canik's really got something going on. They've got a new version of this coming out here in about a month. This is the MC9 LS. They've got the MC9 Prime, which is this gun tricked out with some ports and stuff installed from the factory. If it gets better than this, that's just unbelievable. There's a better carry gun than this one right here, under $1,000. And I keep saying that because I'm trying to cut out like staccatos and these multiple $1,000 guns. But under $1,000, I ain't found a carry gun yet that can compete with that right there.